From Stettin in the Baltic to Trieste in the Adriatic, an iron curtain has descended across the continent. No idea is so outlandish that it should not be considered with a searching but at the same time a steady eye. The reserve of modern assertions is sometimes pushed to extremes, in which the fear of being contradicted leads the writer to strip himself of almost all sense and meaning. Although prepared for martyrdom, I preferred that it be postponed. For good or for ill, air mastery is today the supreme expression of military power, and fleets and armies, however vital and important, must accept a subordinate rank. Baldwin thought Europe was a bore, and Chamberlain thought it was only a greater Birmingham. The great defense against the air menace is to attack the enemy's aircraft as near as possible to their point of departure. For my part, I consider that it will be found much better by all parties to leave the past to history, especially as I propose to write that history myself. When you are winning a war, almost everything that happens can be claimed to be right and wise. It is more agreeable to have the power to give than to receive. Eating words has never given me indigestion. A prisoner of war is a man who tries to kill you and fails, and then asks you not to kill him. In war as in life, it is often necessary, when some cherished scheme has failed, to take up the best alternative open, and if so, it is folly not to work for it with all your might. I have been brought up and trained to have the utmost contempt for people who get drunk. We do not covet anything from any nation except their respect. We are asking the nations of Europe, between whom rivers of blood have flowed, to forget the feuds of 1,000 years. The problems of victory are more agreeable than those of defeat, but they are no less difficult. Although personally I am quite content with existing explosives, I feel we must not stand in the path of improvement. The British nation is unique in this respect. They are the only people who like to be told how bad things are, who like to be told the worst. I was only the servant of my country, and had I, at any moment, failed to express her unflinching resolve to fight and conquer, I should at once have been rightly cast aside. Broadly speaking, the short words are the best, and the old words best of all. We occasionally stumble over the truth, but most of us pick ourselves up and hurry off as if nothing had happened. I always avoid prophesying beforehand, because it is a much better policy to prophesy after the event has already taken place. Politics are very much like war. We may even have to use poison gas at times. If it weren't for painting, I wouldn't live. I couldn't bear the extra strain of things. It is a fine game to play, the game of politics, and it is well worth waiting for a good hand before really plunging. If the human race wishes to have a prolonged and indefinite period of material prosperity, they have only got to behave in a peaceful and helpful way toward one another. I am never going to have anything more to do with politics or politicians. When this war is over, I shall confine myself entirely to writing and painting. Sure I am of this, that you have only to endure to conquer. No part of the education of a politician is more indispensable than the fighting of elections. War is mainly a catalogue of blunders.